Hey everyone! Welcome to The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Chrissy M, and in this video of the Cherry Merry Muffin series, we will be exploring the scent and style of Wave One's Cocoa Queen, who I am cuckoo for, Chocolottie. So it's chocolate Charlotte, right? That's a good choice, Mattel, going with Lottie. Otherwise, you'd have Choco Hard. Eh, what? Was it something I said? I was just kidding. Stop looking at me like that. Moving on. So this is original Chocolottie, one of the 5 dolls released in 1988 for Wave 1. And Miss Chocolottie's outfit is complete because she came out of the box this way. I've never taken her apron off. I've never changed her into a different outfit. So this is new in box Chocolottie, just out of the box for 18, 19 years. This Chocolottie doll is magic, and I love her, and I will explain later. First, let's get the basics out of the way. Just like my cherry doll that I showed off in the last video, Chocolottie is in excellent condition, yay. She has very few flaws, and so she is a great representation of what Chocolottie would look like if you had her new in the box. Her hair is brunette. It is a soft brown color. Very nice. Brunette hair, not blonde like Cherry. But it has the same mini pony as Cherry on top. See? Also neat, also nice. Same like mini pony in the sense of like it's the bit of hair gathered here. And it's held together with a single bow. So yes, that's kind of reminiscent to the Cherry doll. The bow. Oh, the bow! I knew when I sat down to film this that I was going to say the bow is made out of the same iridescent material as Cherry's bow, or like the same as everyone's bow. I was sure. But look, I literally sat to film this, and I'm like, the fudge? They're not the same? What is happening? No, they're not the same. Look, Cherry's bow, let me put this down for a second. Cherry's bow and the trim on her outfit. Oh, Chocolate, you're getting in the way of my little thing here. Cherry's bow, yes, and the trim on her outfit is pink and pearlescent, just like Lottie's, but in comparison, it almost looks like it's more worn or older or thinner. But yeah, that's because it's just sheer, like there's only one layer. Here's Chocolattie's bow. It is totally different. So different that I couldn't even tell. The bow and all of the trim on Chocolottie have this layer of white fabric underneath. I think that's why I thought it just seemed newer looking, not different. See, look at that. There's a white layer. Wow, double layer. I never knew. That is so funny. So yeah, I guess it's so that it pops or shows off that her colors are white and brown. Sorry, I'm absorbing this information right now too, so I'm totally glitching. I don't know. But I almost made that mistake. Trying again. Look, everyone, her bow is made with Cherry and the gang's pearly crinkle material with a white layer underneath it. Bam! And the bow ties, yes, the bow ties are different too because they are made with a thin white ribbon. They still have the shimmery fibers embedded in them though, like the ones that Cherry has that I showed off in the last video. Same kind of, I don't know, green ombre. Actually, I don't even know if it's an ombre. Yeah, if you can call it that. So yeah, I guess they all have the same plasticky pearlescent. Oh, down she goes. No, normally you don't have this problem. Are we nervous for our videos? What's going on? What was I even saying? Yes, I think they all have the same plasticky pearlescent threads in their ties,
And the ribbons probably respectively match the colors of each doll. So that's, I think, what we're going to see as we go through them. Super cute, super sparkly. That was a lot of time spent on them both. Oh boy. Her hair is big. It is big as well. I love it. And I want to call it curly, but it's not. It's got like the one big curl. It's got like the one big curl going on so that you could say that her hair is full. Yeah, these are little curls. These are little curls, but yeah, it's not curly. So it is full. And her hair clearly does not have the curl of the commercials. Sooner or later, I will stop talking about that. It's so funny. My entire life, I didn't care that the hair on the dolls was different. It was the muffins that mattered, nothing else. And now that I'm making these videos and staring at the pictures all day and the crazy different, I'm like, why? Why? It's so cute. I want that. So dumb. I can't and won't style her hair. I don't know how. And it wouldn't be as nice anyway, and it would ruin the integrity of her perfect newness, and I love her hair as it is. Right, right, cooling it. It's not supposed to look like that. She comes out of the box just like this, and I am happy. Capital H-A-P-P-I. Okay, let's talk about the outfit. Can we talk about this outfit? Oh, and I thought Cherry's dress and stuff was busy. I mentioned in the last video, of Wave 1 Cherry, that while her dress is iconic and everything it should be, I found it kind of busy with like the gingham and the striped fabrics and the trim and the lace. But look at this. Look at this. It's like brown, pink, green, flowers, muffin, lace, trim, more pink. The checked apron. Wow. No, oh my god, I'm not trying to poke fun. Her look is actually a personal favorite of mine. But man, it's so much going on. You're beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. No, this was really one of my favorite dolls growing up, because of her outfit, and it still is. But it's like a pink checker covered chocolate factory exploded, and then they just sprinkled tiny flower buds on it. I'm not saying anymore. Maybe it's kind of busy. Oh, but it's beautiful. So her outfit has the same 50s-ish diner waitress aesthetic as the rest of the dolls, as you can see. Poof sleeves and the apron. We get what they're going for. I also mentioned in that other video that Wave 1's color palette was like all things pastel, and Chocolottie is, well, brown. So she doesn't exactly fit in with the Wave's pastel theme, and all of her accessories are like brown and white, but I believe that's just because she's chocolate. She's supposed to be brown, right? Like, she's the color on the inside of all the Cadbury mini eggs. I think her outfit is actually quite striking in comparison to the others. Forget the busyness. I have always loved her look. The pastel is very cute, but she's very striking. Deep browns. I like it. It's lovely. And even though she's not pastel colored, she's still got the little cherry here. So we know whose crew she runs with. So yeah, so the sleeves of her dress, and the skirt are this gorgeous chocolate brown color and have these tiny little pink flowers on them. And there are even some that are just little stems and leaves, no flowers on them. They wilted. No, that's very cute. And instead of having lace as a trim around the edge of the sleeves like Cherry, she is laceless and has these little pale pink ribbons attached to the sleeve. I don't know what to call them. They're not bows. It's not weird. I just don't know what they are. Weird. The husband said that they look like tassels. So like a little 80s fringe fashion thrown in there. The tiny bodice of the dress is the same plain pastel pink fabric as Cherry's skirt. And there is a tiny bit, oh yeah, there is a tiny bit of thin lace up here. Um, it's different than the lace on like the rest of the outfit. I actually forgot to mention that in Cherry's video. She has it too. They all do. So yeah, oh, that's good to know. So Chocolottie, of course, has the chocolate muffin right here. The little muffin brooch held on with a tiny bit of thread that I believe is still nice and secure. Yeah, she has a nice little chocolate muffin. It's so cute. I just love this dark brown color. It really stands out. The muffin tin is white. The muffin tin is white. And here's the tiny obligatory little red cherry on the top of the muffin. Like I said, her like pink ladies jacket or membership ring, so you know she's in with the in crowd. Let's see. Here is a better look at her skirt. Do a little twirl. It's very cute. Yeah, it has the same fabric as the sleeves. You can clearly see that. It is super cute. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a better way to describe the bottom part of like the dress, so I just call it the skirt, whatever. It's the same material as the sleeves, like I said. There are the pink flowers everywhere. It's got the lace and the, there you go, it's got the lace and the pearlescent trim on it, just like all the other dolls. But now we know that there is a layer of white. Oh, I'm not trying to flash you. Sorry, let's use some other part. Now we know there's a layer of like white material underneath it. Oh, goodness me. See the shiny material with the lace? Oops. See the shiny material with the lace overlapping it? The hem here. Yeah, so that's all the way around. And that's also here on the apron as well. I love the crinkle of this material. It's so hard not to scrunch it. No, never. Sheesh. Oh, and I always forget about the Velcro because, like, who cares about the Velcro? But whatever. It fastens in the back. She has Velcro. Very simple. That's how it stays on so that it doesn't fall off, or that you don't have like an American Girl sweater where you can never figure out how you're supposed to get it on and off the doll. I really don't know why you don't want to stand up. There is definitely some sort of shyness going on. We are all nervous today. And here is her beautiful apron. Nice close up. The fabric is a pink checkered pattern, but like a much darker pink compared to the light pink of like piece of her dress here and like all of Cherry's stuff. It's like a rich magenta kind of color, more like the shoes. It's very, very pretty. It's got all the fancy trim on it, like I mentioned, so that it matches the dress and the bow in her hair. But yes, but still, note the white fabric. Oh yeah, and the apron ties. I might put her down. I don't know. The apron ties. You can see it starting here, going into the back. They are tied nicely here. They're made with the same thin white ribbon as in her hair. So you see it up here, and so now you can see it. It's the same thing right here. Made with the same kind of ribbon. Yeah, they are nice and sparkly too. You know what I've been saying this whole time? That they are white, but when you really look at it closely, it's actually more of an off-white, like a saltwater pearl kind of off-white. Isn't that really pretty? Let's get like a closer look at that, actually. Boom, zoom in, do something. Isn't that lovely? I love that. I think that's my OCD, actually. Like the aesthetic that I really like. It's like a clean white or like off-white. So it's really pretty with the rich dark browns. So contrasty. Really striking. Tiny little green sparkly shimmering at you. I'll send a little picture, or not send, I will add a little picture or a little video so you can definitely see it. The bow of the apron looks good, right? It's neat. It's a little off to the side though. The apron does come off, as I mentioned in the previous video. It's tied like this specifically so that you can take it off. But we learned that I don't like to demonstrate that. I hate the idea of having to redo the bow later. So let's just use our imagination, shall we? Her shoes. Oh, these beautiful shoes. They're the same Mary Janes that all the other dolls have. They're painted onto the plastic of her feet. And it's the same pretty dark pink, that magenta-iness is the checked fabric of the apron. It's very pretty. It's just much darker than like the pastel colors of the other dolls, so it's just really different. It's very, very nice. And you can even see that, yeah, the little Mary Janes, they're topped with the cherries. It's really cute. So I guess that's it for Chocolottie's look. Before we move on, though, I would like to take a moment and talk about Chocolottie's variation. Yes, there is one variation of Chocolottie that I know of. I have never seen any other variations out there, nor anything as hilariously mystifying as this. I have no clue why it exists. Chocolottie has underwear. It's so cute, and so, I don't know, unnecessary. Why? Is it a modesty thing somewhere? If it's down to where it was produced, then that makes total sense. I don't know any international toy rules. But sure, I'm sure somewhere people aren't stoked that their dolls are naked under their ensemble. But yeah, no. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this has to be an international version of Chocolati. Because you don't see these anywhere, or at least I can't find these anywhere, so we'll go with that. So they had to be pretty limited, either by like region or production or something. Even finding the pictures was incredibly hard. This one that we are staring at right now is from merrymuffinland.net. Wonderful website. Like me, it has been around for forever. Go look at that too when you have time. So the woman who put this website together says that the underwear came on all of the 1988 dolls that were made in Europe. Okay, sure. Yeah, I have no reason not to believe that. Okay, so this version of Chocolati with white underwear painted onto her body is a European variation. I'd love maybe like a better picture, like one where you were wearing clothes. And there's no way to like Vanna White this, like really to show it off. Wait, does it look like a diaper? No, it's just bulky. I guess because that's how it was painted onto her. Sorry, I'm like staring at it too. Yeah, hard to find pictures of the underwear. This picture came from a website where a person made some custom Cherry Merry Muffin dolls. See the underoos? Yeah, look at that. You go, modest lady. Yeah, so that's that. Hilarious. Right, don't you like that? That's her variation. Hilarious. Oh, and even more funny, that means Cherry came with it too. See? Oh, I told everyone that there weren't any more variations of the Cherry doll, and I was wrong. What? Oh man. Look, on the same website with the custom dolls, there is a morbid picture of a headless Cherry that has the underwear too. So yes, the other 88 European dolls had them as two. I'm going to go with that from this picture. Oh, sorry for the mistake. Thank you so much for giving me this vital piece of information, whoever you are. Let's move on to the condition of my confectionery queen. This Chocolati is not my original Chocolati. I don't really want to talk about it right now. Stupid teenage delusions. Please refer to my ranting in the previous Cherry Merry Muffin video for more information. So I got her new in box, probably within the same year as my Cherry doll, and she has been out of the box since the day I got her. So this doll is in amazing condition for 35 years old, a little under 20 out of the box. And she is magic. I told you I would talk about that later. Later is now. And so when I got her, I was so stoked to take her out of the box and barely ever touch her again. And then I noticed something that sent my very irrational OCD into a spiral. I need a different word because spiral is kind of a trigger word for me. So, into a frenzy? Good enough. Her face was like brown, dark. How do you describe it? She was brand new, and her face was so discolored. She was uber tanned, just brown. I needed to replace it so badly. But it was almost impossible to find her new in box at an even semi reasonable price at the time. So I just had to live with it. This did not happen for a long time. I grumbled a lot. So we stared at each other in passing for a while, and I learned to just be happy that I had her brand new and whatever. And in time, the weirdest thing happened. Like after a decade or so, it just disappeared or like lightened to a color that was actually similar to what it was supposed to be. Now, when you compare Chocolottie to like Cherry or Betty Berry, who didn't have this issue, they look really close. So weird. Magic, I tell you. Actually, science, same diff. But I don't know why it was so discolored inside the box in the first place. And then how did it fix itself? I don't understand a lot about the nature of plastics in general, so I don't know. But I do know that I love this little witchy woman. Scientists, send me answers! Fantastic wonder doll. I am Leslie Nope. Her condition is great and magical. The bow has no stains, and this material is still perfectly crisp. I seem to love using this word, but I can never think of another one. The bow actually like curls in on itself on the edges, though, unlike Cherry's that is very straight and has a well-defined shape. But that's totally fine. I thought the back of the bow was discolored and I was going to be frustrated. But it's actually just the color of her hair reflecting off of the material. See, it's like the white back, so then there's the brown. So it's just reflecting off the material. So that's actually awesome. So that means there's no issues. Um, the ties were apparently never tied tightly. Yeah, so they're actually a bit loose. And the length of the ties is kind of bothersome to me because, well, they're so short. And because the bit of non-existent fraying, yeah, we'll call it non-existent fraying, that's on the ends here is kind of now more evident, at least to me. Doesn't matter. Lady knows illusions. It's still perfect. Chocolattie's hair looks really good. Almost dropped her. Oh no. The pony is neat on top, has that little curl. It is all held together. Adorable little bangs. I did notice in my other in the other video, the Cherry doll, her bangs are kind of split in the middle, and so are Chocolattie's. They look beautiful, but they do have this split. I wonder if it was on purpose or if they just couldn't get those bangs right on the wig. I don't know. Yeah, I love those bangs. Her few curls, the ones that I kind of mentioned here, are preserved in the back. That's lovely. Her hair has the same thing going on as Cherry, where the hair all around her head is like pressed in on the sides, and the back, I kind of fixed the sides a little bit, because it was like molded that way from being in the box for so long. Flat profile. Yeah, the back is like really flat. And again, not messy. It's all together in the one curl, but pretty flat. Still looks new, so I don't care. Oh, and again, never touch this elastic. It will break and I will cry. It is just hard as a rock. So it's perfect as long as I never touch it. That's good. Let's see. Her face is also in wonderful condition. I think you can see what I was talking about with the magic bleached face, magic bleaching face. The plastic is not as light as the plastic of, say, like on her hands, for instance. But her face looks so much better now. It really did lighten over the years. So its color is much closer to what it should be rather than the before time. It's pretty peachy. Her eyes are a pretty light brown color instead of like Cherry's blue ones. And they look new, which is nice. Her eyebrows, like lips, everything look really great. No complaints. It's great. Except three tiny black dots on her face. Yeah, what's up with that? Two of them annoy me because tiny dark dots on my toys is annoying. And the other actually looks like a Marilyn Monroe mole. So that's kind of cute, right? You want to forgive that. I think they've always been there. Some tiny manufacturing flaw. I think her outfit is flawless. You tell me. This is just my favorite part. I get to gush like over sheer perfection. I will try to keep it together. There is a weird hem sticking out of the apron here on the underside. And that is it. And that's not even like a flaw. That's just like one of the weird things that my eyes keep seeing. So it's perfect. It's amazing. Close to 20 years out of the box. And look at her. Amaze balls. No stitching issues with the muffin or the outfit at all. No stains or wear. No runs in the fabric. The stitching over here is a bit messy. Who cares? No tears or missing pieces. No fraying. What about the Velcro? Be quiet about the Velcro. Control yourself, Gurgages. The Velcro is not as stained and yellow as like the Velcro on my Cherry Doll's dress, but it's pretty stained with age. Ugh, this is the part where I'm like trying to be an adult, be a big girl, show everybody. Again, I hate to do this. Yeah, yeah, agony for many reasons. Not going to fix it, not even going to attempt it. It's too much pressure. I'm just gonna have to leave it be. Kind of upsetting to look at. Though, Velcro, why are you so susceptible? But that's it. If the Velcro is the only indication that Chocolottie's dress has aged at all, then I'm going to go with some version of the word perfect still. It can't be taken from me. Why? You are perfect. I am ignoring it. Okay, can we talk for a second? I hate to come to a screeching halt, sorry, I can be such a talker, but I need to take a moment before we move on to address something that has been bugging me. I said this earlier in this very video, that Chocolottie's gingham apron was a different color and therefore a different fabric than the fabric found on Cherry's dress. I'm starting to think that that is inaccurate information. Can we get Cherry? This is really bugging me. I've been looking at them both for weeks since I started making these videos, and I swore that the fabrics, or at least the colors, were different. I have OCD. I stare. You'd think I'd get it right. Oh my god, I am wrong. I've done it again. Another mistake. They are the same. I take back everything I said earlier. They are the same. Look at that. Sleeves. The apron. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, so this is why I think I said that. The fabric of Cherry sleeves is surrounded by pink. Pink everywhere. Here, Cherry, you gotta go. We're done talking about you. And the color is very bright, so I must have assumed that it was a lighter pink gingham fabric, since everything else made the pastel pink pop. And the pink gingham fabric on Chocolottie's apron is like lying on top of the like dark brown fabric, and it's just like the one layer, so I guess you can kind of see the color of the dress coming out through the apron. So I think I just got it in my head that it was actually darker. And the shoes are actually a darker pink, like they're magenta. So I'm staring at the apron and the shoes, I guess, and I think they match up together more appropriately. So I just convinced myself that they're different. Oh boy. You queen of optical illusions! You illusions! I told you she's magic. But they are not different. I am so sorry. Again, let me amend this. Upon further investigation, it has been determined that the fabric in Cherry's outfit and Chocolottie's are in fact the same thing. They both use the same gingham fabric. God, that makes a good deal of sense. Because then that ties Chocolottie's outfit in with Cherry's. And it just makes so much more sense now. I feel silly. Let's talk about something else. I'm sorry I started this, but at least we all know now for sure. Gracefully progressing on. My notes say that the arms are flawless, but she has a tiny red line and a little black dot on her leg. And I had to look for them. That's how small they are. They've also always been there, manufacturing nonsense. And I believe her fancy magenta Mary Janes are perfect as well. What else is there to say? I don't see scuffs or missing paint. In fact, the paint job on the shoes is even better than my cherries. I am impressed and overwhelmed with joy. This is the best part. Are you guys ready to check out the smell? She is still very whiffy. The best part. Oh, she smells so good. It's awesome. They always send me into such sense memory overload. I am completely ignoring the artificialness right now, just basking in a pool of chocolate. Sticky. I love this smell. I'm going to smell it again. Those are my memories. That's my jam. It's awesome. And you have no idea what I am talking about. So, yeah, it's definitely chocolate. She smells so appropriately like chocolate. Yay. But, like, in the sense of Yankee candles. Yeah, definitely the smell that you get from like chocolate lip balm, or when you light a chocolate candle, I guess. Very clearly artificial chocolate. Not like melt in your mouth, not in your hands chocolate. There is a sort of heaviness in the scent too. Not off-putting. Well, maybe a little if you're not into these kinds of artificial smells, but heavy, weird. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe that's just the other chemical junk in it, or maybe that's just what a chocolate candle smells like, and I just don't remember. But the chocolate, real or fake, is totally present. It's deliciously waxy smelling. Oh, maybe that's what I meant by heaviness. I can't seem to get enough of it. I wish she smelled stronger, though. She doesn't smell as strongly as my cherry doll does. Wah wah. No, she's really whiffy. I can totally smell her enough to describe the scent to you and get lost in all of its glory, but it's not nearly as pungent as cherry. They got that scent deep in cherry's plastic. That's too bad. It's still surprisingly strong. It's still a surprisingly strong scent for being out of the box for almost 20 years. Props as always to Mattel. She reeks just enough of chocolate plastic goodness that I am still ranting. So it makes me really happy. I'm gonna smell it one more time. Talk amongst yourselves. This is ridiculous. I love this. I think that's it for Chocolottie, you opalescent tree shark. I don't have her original box. My poor decision-making skills as a teenager made some very poor decisions. Watch the other video. So I can't show that off, but here is a picture.
Can you believe how good this doll looks? She's like 35 years old, and the whole time she's been out of the box and putting up with that pesky air and light exposure, she has been fixing herself. The fact that she has improved over the years instead of the other way is insane, and I love her. Here, have a moment. Take her in.
And here we have her accessories. Chocolottie's set is complete. She comes with everything you see here. I sound like a commercial. Playsets and other accessories sold separately. Here is her comb. You can use it for all of your many chocolate-flavored hairstyling needs. Not me. I am a crazy collector who would never dare touch the hair, but yeah. It is a big white muffin comb because, as you can see, Chocolottie's color scheme is brown and white. Got lots of white going on. Complete with cherries, cherry and leaves on top. The comb is flawless. Besides that, so I'm very happy that it still looks brand new. Except that. It's wicked that any accessory could be out of the box for this long and still look this good. So I'm happy. But yeah, don't have much more to say about it. Look at you. You're just begging to be used. Never! Let's talk about the muffins. Yay. They are so cute. I can't get enough of them. Just look at these. So in my intro to Wave 1, I mentioned that each doll came with 6 muffins and a tin. And these are Chocolotties. Could you tell? So 6 muffins. They're all attached to each other. You can see it's one solid piece. And the bottoms are hollow. See the big holes in the plastic? Turn like that. They fit into this white tin and fit the color scheme as well. There's your brown and there's your white. There you go. Chocolottie's muffins are obviously chocolate muffins. Yum. They are the same beautiful, rich, dark brown as the muffin brooch that is on her dress. And isn't that beautiful? Oh, beautiful muffins. I just love this color. I just love these muffins. Stop devolving. Look at the detail. Well, sort of. In the mold of the muffins. All of the Wave 1 accessories, like all of the Wave 1 muffins, look like this. But isn't it awesome? It's got little like dips and whatnot in the plastic. Just enough so it sort of looks like real muffins. Actually, I have to say that if any of the muffins looked realistic, it's these. Don't eat them! The ulcers! Think of your stomach lining. I would eat these. Let's go bake. Come on, Lottie. There is nothing wrong with the muffins themselves. They are still perfect after being out of the box for as long as they have. And the tin that they come with, see, you can take them out, put them back in, very rudimentary stuff, is also perfect. I am enjoying using that word in this video, if you can tell. See why she's so special to me? Even her stuff is flawless. Well, near flawless. Okay, scent time. Remember, the muffins are also scented. Ready? We are going in. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They smell like nothing. Oh man, I am really bummed. They smell like the empty void that my heart is falling into right now. Sheer nothingness. No. Oh, that's too bad. I haven't smelled them in a very long time. I was kind of saving up for this moment. And we've got zilch, folks. So I guess they've lost their scent. Wow, what an anticlimactic moment. Sorry, guys. Though that's probably more of a bummer for me than it is for you, right? You'll recover. You can see the fantasticness and imagine the smell, right? You could even smell it anyway. And I will, process this later. Yeah, they used to smell, pretty intensely if I remember correctly. But that was more than 15 years ago, so not anymore, I guess. Oh man, that is ridiculously sad because Cherry's muffins have been out of the box for even longer and they still smell pretty strongly. Well, they smelled like the same chocolate lip balm chemicals they used to scent Lottie, so they smelled like she did. Like artificial chocolate and wax, except I guess obviously to a lesser extent, to the point where now the smell is non existent. I mean, they are perfect looking. It's cool that they don't smell. That's how we're going to end this. My perfect muffins! Sorry, Sense Memory. Just gonna have to rely on you from now on. Moving on happily to our final accessory. This is Chocolottie's kitchen tool friend, Chocolate Drop. Yes, appropriately named. She is indeed a drop of chocolate. She is a giant sentient Hershey's Kiss. I'm never gonna get used to this kitchen tool friend thing. They are not actually called that. They are just labeled as accessories on the box and simply a helper in the kitchen on the Mattel archive website. But it's still hilarious. Like, what does that mean? Hey, best little buddy, let's go do some baking. I'll stick you into the dough and pour ingredients down your throat. I love you. Yeah, that's a healthy relationship. So yeah, so since Cherry has a cherry helper, of course, Lottie has a little piece of chocolate for a helper. You can see the logic. Chocolate Drop cuts out heart shapes. Again, according to the archive website. Here you can see the heart shape. So she's a cookie cutter, but it's not Cherry Merry Cookie. So she's supposed to cut the thick muffin batter into heart shapes to make heart muffins? Lottie's muffins aren't heart-shaped, and there aren't any heart-shaped food accessories with any of the dolls or playsets. Question mark. So she cuts all of the stuff into heart shapes, but then when it's baked, everything just comes out regular shaped? She's magic too. Again, I don't know if it's a she, but let's take a look at her. Chocolate Drop has this little green bow on the side of her pointy head. She's got this adorable little smirk on her face. I like that. She looks cheeky. She's up to something. And her arms are stuck in that same silly position as Cherry's Sweet, where they look like they're just sticking to her backside all stretched out. I mean, I guess her arms would have been really stubby if they had been molded on and painted anywhere else, so I shouldn't make fun, but come on. She's just grabbing herself like she's gotta go. Oh, um, moving on. Her little sleeves, right, or whatever you want to call them, because they're not attached to her shirt or anything, whatever, are the same pastel green color as her bow. The light green color is actually quite fitting on Chocolate Drop because she's such a rich brown. It's really nice. But it's interesting because pastel green is actually Apple Amy's primary colors, so what's up with that? It must just be like to make her pop. You know what I mean? At least that's my assumption. Chocolottie's accessories are limited to just brown and white, so Chocolate Drop would probably be a bit lackluster without some other colors going on. I mean, she does have the dark pink shoes, so she's got some pink already. Cherry's colors would be kind of unnecessary, but yeah, looks like they just pulled from the next most complimentary color in the wave and stole from Amy. Smart move. She's super stunning. Oh, and then the shoes. The shoes, as I just mentioned, are the same pretty magenta pink as Chocolottie's shoes. They are in the same Mary Jane style and have the matching cherries on top, if you can see that. They're just very chunky to hold her giant feet. Literally, like tiny arms, giant feet. No, it is to keep her balanced. Either way, proportionizing. I absolutely love Chocolate Drop. She's adorable. Isn't she cute? But like Cherry Sweet, I kind of hate to end the video with Chocolate Drop. No, I just love you. Don't listen. Cover your ears. You can't. They're stuck to your bum. Yeah, Chocolate Drop has a couple of big flaws too. I'll just show you a list. So there are just a few places where a tiny bit of the paint is missing. No big deal. Could have been like that since the beginning. And even if it wasn't, I can let that go. And the tiny defect in the plastic, right here, yeah, here on the shoes is just from where the shoes were separated from their mold. It just wasn't done cleanly. A super smart husband called them sprue marks, so this is just an icky little sprue mark. But there are a couple things I have a hard time letting go of. This stain on the underside of her back, and these scratches on her face. Oh man. Okay, so what is up with the weird blue stain? It's so dark. It looks like nail polish. I don't own this color. I don't think it could have come from the box. The dye is more of a purple color. And it isn't that dark. I don't know what it is. It's in my notes, but I don't know when I wrote it. I didn't write a note. I should take better notes. So there is a chance it's always been there. I doubt something happened to it. I would never allow it. This is not a magic eraser job. I do not know what to do. Someone said, soak it. No. Someone said baking soda paste, though I'm not sure if it was really applicable to this kind of a stain, but also no. It's too big of a flaw for me to ignore, but I'm also scared spitless to really try anything. We've kind of figured this out about me. So stop complaining. Next. Oh, these scratches. It's like Freddy Krueger got a hold of her while I was sleeping. My nightmare, the horror. Oh, see these things? Do you see these white lines? I can't tell if you can see this, but I don't know what they are. They don't seem like scratches, actually. Because the paint on her face has not been damaged. There's no paint missing, so then how could they be scratches? Like, there would be evidence, like I said, like paint missing or gouges. So they exist for no reason other than to annoy me. Great. Some sort of discoloration from the packaging, like touching her. I'm letting go of it now. My OCD is screaming to do something about this. But she is in one piece and is in great condition otherwise. And so I'm happy to have her regardless. I would never replace you. That wasn't even a thought that had ever possibly crossed my mind. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much. You're still special to me.
So that's it for this video. This has been a real treat, everyone. Thank you. I hope you liked checking out my enchantingly beautiful Chocolottie doll as much as I liked showing her off. You cunning, pliable, chestnut-haired sunfish. In the next video, we'll discuss the apple of Wave 1's eye, Apple Amy. Please think about liking and subscribing so you'll know when the next video comes out. Good night, meow!